Anna, and I do energy drawings. I literally color your life. I've been an intuitive artist and healer for more than 20 years, and I've been doing the drawings for about 15 years. Um, and they utilize the language of color and my intuition and being able to describe a person's energy field. They can represent your emotions, your physical ailments, your mental status, and whatever is going on with you spiritually, your soul level. What is your purpose? What are your gifts? What are your blocks right now? And all show up in the energy drawing. The three main soul colors are blue, yellow, and red. Blue represents wisdom, and if you think of the symbol of water, water can go and make itself into multiple different forms. Ice, for example, or flowing or in a river, or it can become stagnant. And water then is similar to the energy of blue because the personality just goes into all different kinds of forms. They'll navigate themselves around a process, just like water will, and they will configure themselves whatever is needed and bring their wisdom to whatever the situation requires. Red is love and also can be symbolized by blood. If you think of blood, it either gets really hot or cold, and either can be contained in a body or it goes outside of its body and it dies and it becomes black. So if you think of a red personality, it has to be in control of everything. And if it's flowing and it's doing its thing, then it's safe and it's happy. But if it goes outside of its boundaries, then it's very upset and it doesn't like that. It doesn't feel good and it doesn't feel safe. So a lot of red frequency people who have a tendency to want to fix things and make things better for people, and that's how they love. And a yellow personality is represented by joy, and they are the symbol is yellow and sunlight. If you think of sunlight, it wants to beam and shine its light in every direction. And if it's being blocked in somehow, then the yellow personality gets a little upset and depressed and sad because it can't shine its light and make people laugh and bring joy to their lives. So a yellow personality will have a tendency to either make people laugh or they'll retreat and be sad themselves. One of the drawings that I wanted to share with you today is Gail's. She so kindly allowed me to share her energy drawing, and as you can see, there is a lot of blue in the underlying picture. Her soul color is blue, and she has a lot of wisdom to share with the world. The two representative colors and frequencies are blue and red, or pink on this particular drawing. But I want you to notice that there's curly energy that Gaelle has versus a stripy or straight-lined energy. And so the difference there is that this person is very much more orientated towards physical manifestation of things, and this person wants to create things as a physical experience, and they're masculine orientated, and this person is very much about being and I often think of them as if they were in the middle of the Taj Mahal, they could just stay there for the rest of their lives and still fulfill their purpose. Their soul is it's about being in the world. The chakras that I point out here are energy centers, and they're related actually to your physical body. And the Eastern philosophy has this representative color wheels that go up the body and then tie into certain areas of your physical body. or your hormonal status, and etc. that are explained on my blog. But for this purposes, Gaelle, you can see her lower chakra is it has spikes on it and tells you that perhaps that Gaelle, it's making sure that she feels safe in the world and that she's doing things appropriately. Now, if that center gets off too much, which it's being illuminated in this particular drawing, says that they might create some physical ailment within themselves in that particular area of their body. The same with the sacral chakra, which is the one up above, the orange, and then the yellow is the solar plexus chakra, and it talks about their confidence level. And then Gail's heart is huge. Her heart chakra takes up a lot of the area of the drawing, so it tells me that she's got a lot of heart and a lot of love to give, and she leads with her heart, actually. The throat chakra, which is the area of your throat that talks about how, in this particular drawing, there's spikes, it tells me that Gail's very much more of a communicator, and she needs to use her voice in her business and in her life in order to be balanced and fulfill her purpose. The crown and the third eye chakras are kind of combined in my drawings because they're so related, and they illuminate the expansion of the person's ability to be connected to spirit and what they're communicating to God with in terms of their prayers. And in this case, Gail's downloading some blue energy, which tells me that she's downloading wisdom. Then I go to the other layers of the hands, and there are two sections to a drawing. There's the internal workings, which is the left hand side of the drawing, so that I draw them like this. The left hand side of the drawing tells me that internally it looks like she's having some internal questions about her love relationships. Pink represents love and her romantic relationship. How's that working for her in her world? And so internally she's struggling with this idea, and it seems like she wants a relationship to have happen. And it shows, again, manifests in her left leg. That tells me that some of her to be actions in the world are not happening as clearly and as succinctly as possible because of all this energy that's being sort of put out there internally, and the struggle of not finding this romantic relationship is utilizing a lot of her internal energy. Then her outside, this is the right side of the drawing that represents the outside of her and people who see her and and how they perceive her. They see her as definitely coming together, got a lot of good communication going on, and the orange represents creativity, and that definitely signifies that she's doing well in the world. She's definitely putting out a lot of creativity in the world, and she's doing some positive work. The right foot is covered in some yellows and some oranges and some, again, representing the creativity that she's doing in the world. The feet represent doing. And then the base is all in this combination of activity that's happening in her world. And it looks like to me that she is spending a lot of time in this creative but earnest of where this love relationship is going to come from, and then definitely utilizing the energy of yellow, which is confidence, and then the blue is wisdom, and making it all work together and describe her, the totality of who she is. She definitely has a lot of energy to give and a lot of great qualities, a lot of wisdom for sure. That's the energy joint for Gaelle, and I appreciate you listening. If you want one, go to my website, order now.